I forgot I was muted. Hello there. How are we today? Been a while. Oh, oh, there's a little bee. Come to say hello. Little bean. Oh, that's gone. Gremlin Frog. How are you, my friend? Nice to see you. Didn't think anyone would show up to this. I'm very welcome to say hey, hello there. How are we? Yeah. Hold on. Cat wants attention. Here is the little bee. Get me more views. Get me more views. Oh, you could not be in a more awkward position. Right, Freddy. There you go. Get on the desk. Glad you're doing great, my friend. So, obviously it's been a while, but we are back with more Batman Arkham Origins. Notification wanted to watch. And I'm very grateful to have you here, my friend. My number one fan. My number one fan certified. Put a badge on that. Anyway, turn off the music. Get to the gameplay. We are back pretty much right where we left off from last time, which
some kind of fighting tournament. That's where I need to go.
honestly I barely remember what happened last, to be honest with you. Fairly certain I'm after the Penguin. My mouse clicked in. Why can't I open doors? Oh, for fuck. What are you doing? Who are you, Freddy? Why can't I? Hang on. Technical issues. Why can't I open the door? Why can't I open the door? I'm clicking the button. Arkham Origins is a very good game. It is very underrated in my opinion, but all of a sudden, Batman refuses to open doors. Am I missing something? I'm, I'm clicking the button. Hold on. What? Controls, bindings. Why is everything changed to middle mouse? Or to left mouse button? What? Hold on. Forward, left, back. Why is everything just been remapped to... What the fuck? Why has everything been remapped to left mouse click? Why? What? Okay, crouch, control. Yeah, left control, zoom, dead, grapple, F. Oh, baby, what do you mean? Toggle crouch. Oh, fuck, toggle crouch. Active mode, X. Right gadget use. Shift. Counterattack. Gadget. Right mouse. U. I don't care about previous gadget, next gadget. R for that one. In. Hey, they're so fuck. Why? Right, that should. Also, why wouldn't anyone join? I don't know. Maybe because I'm a small-time streamer and TikToker and full-time procrastinator. I don't know. But right, technical issues are over. Oh, they're not. I'm okay. Won't let me throw the batarang. So how do I throw it? Break slash use gadget. Oh, it's left shift. That's why. What's remapped to left mouse? Oh, the previous gadget. Tell you what, if we just do that to that. Yes, I want to use that. I'm clicking it. And I'm very glad you're here too, my friend. But key bindings are right. What is the button for it? What is the button for it? Because it will not let me throw it. I have to remap it to something else, aren't I? Even with I hope to go big time, to be completely honest with you. I hope to go big time. I'm gonna map it to left shift. That's the wrong one. That one. Left shift. Is that gonna work? No, because that's punch, apparently. Oh, my key bindings got so messed up. How? Origins will always be good. Okay, even the bugs. Yeah, apparently everything is just reassigned to left mouse click. I don't understand why everything. Why is everything left mouse button? Why? Right. Crouch, left control, zoom, that, grapple, that, toggle crouch, middle mouse. Toggle crouch, we just put it on C as well. Strike / use gadget, that. Counter / aim get, yep. Maybe because it's all a whole bunch of everything else is now left mouse. So previous gadget will use left arrow key. Next gadget is right arrow key. One T, fucking G, B. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0, minus, plus, or equals even. You reset the controls like this there button. Maybe, but I honestly don't know how to do that. What I might do, so if I reset all of this now, and then if the next stream I will boot this up again, and hopefully it hasn't remapped all of my shit to other things. Right, we'll do it the num key. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Required gadget 11. Oh, probably because you can't the other ones. Right. Oh, I see. Like you meant. Oh, yeah, setting it all to the defaults. Yeah, I realize that now. Let's see if it works. No, it doesn't. Right. Okay, setting it to defaults. Yeah, that worked. Thank you for telling me that, even though that could not have been in more bold text if it tried. Right, is everything remapped to the correct buttons? Hopefully so. Hopefully so. I'm going to be annoyed if it isn't. Right, yep, use left mouse. Might swap that to Q, actually, because I remember that bit me in the backside. I was fighting Killer Croc last time. Right, on to the mission. Hello. Yes. All things are mapped correctly. Thank God. Now let's start Batmaning it up. I didn't think I counted that. Didn't count that one, though. No, you don't. Ooh. Fuck. Oh, I thought I always need to remember to myself that anytime I see that that counter animation to do it, because otherwise I would just get hit. No, it isn't remotely fair. There's always a reset button. Yeah, I probably should have realized that, but for someone who studied game development in college, I am the dumbest person when it comes to this shit. I really am. Level up. Gonna need more armor. Because if I can't remember my key bindings, I'm gonna die. Oh, it's lagging. Love the dramatic music for this game as well. That's when you use takedown. I will try to use as many counters and takedowns as I can, but I always get too cocky with myself and think, oh, I think I can, oh, I can just punch through that. Oh, didn't realize that guy had a knife. You want to hear me? What? Lagging a bit. No, it isn't. Because I have all my key bindings now. Bap. 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 3 more. Oh. I knew that was going to happen the second I saw that thing above his head.
Kick his teeth in.
I will kick your teeth in. Fucker.
Please don't kill me.
I'm not going to kill you. I'm just going to kick the shit out of you. Okay. Could have gone better? Could have gone much, much worse. What was my... Change gadget again, I forget. Fuck. How do I change gadget? Fuck. Oh, it's a scroll wheel. That one. What? How do I get off of this again? There we go. Oh, it's left click. I haven't played this game in months. I think the last time I streamed this was in December. Get off the... Thank you. Yeah, I think the last time I played this was in December. As far as I remember. December or January, so it's been a few months. So gotta get back into the groove of things, and of course everything has to go wrong immediately. Ooh. There we go. It was telling me to use left click to grapple up, and I was like, oh, that's not remotely the correct button. That voice is so nostalgic because doesn't the voice actor for Penguin in this play all versions of the Penguin? I remember. Oh yeah, joined in at the end of the last stream.
Sounds like
Hopefully we
Penguin will be in
progress
his
the story a
office.
bit more
Tracy should
this
know
time
where
as
it
well.
is. I'll make her talk.
Remember, I got distracted a lot of the time trying to get all the Riddler trophies and such. Like those ones there, but obviously I can't get through that without the... What was it, the... freeze grenade in this? No, the glue grenade. That was it. The glue grenade you get later in this. Freeze ones from Arkham City. Ready for a shitty cutscene?
Now there's a naughty geezer. Proper naughty. And he deserves a right.
And you're very
welcome,
English.
don't he, lads?
I remember in one and they forgot about the voice of Penguin. The Penguin is such like a such a recognizable character. I don't understand how they could have forgotten about it. And they're so underused. Well, he especially so underused, especially in the Arkham games. Oh no! I'm gonna get my shit pushed in. I beat Melania, right? I can beat this guy. Granted, I didn't do it by myself, but still beat Melania. He's so difficult. I know, right? It's shocking how hard he is. Took me many tries. It's going to take me many tries when we
I'm
finally get
looking
into the
for
loading
Black
screen.
Mask. Where is he?
I ain't here to talk. I'm here to kick your ass.
Get ready to hear that line
This
over
is your
and over
last
again.
chance.
Name yourself after an animal, and you're gonna get eaten. Just think of me as a bad
Footwork, Batman.
fighter.
Footwork.
Now,
Footwork.
come to the light. I know, intimidating, ain't I?
Very.
Black Mask must be out of his mind to put up 50 million for your head.
Come on.
This fight'll be 2 hits. Me hitting you, and you hitting 50,000 volts.
You're cool. You get caught. I didn't think it was going to hit me then.
Lesson in pain.
Come. Okay, five attempts later, we got.
Who wants to show me where the penguin is?
All
No,
right, you
no one?
lousy mugs. Time to earn your supper.
Now comes the real fight. I'll go flawless on this. Ooh. Get them. Get you, then the chair. Oh, fuck.
He's trying to get to your boss, boy. You're gonna
Sorry for your sanity. After the Melania fight and the Elden Beast fight, I don't have any sanity left. I would have fight Orphan of Cos in Bloodborne. Which, fun fact, that was my first Soulsborne game, was Bloodborne. And by God, was that an adventure to say the least. But Elden Ring, quickly my favorite, just because of the sheer open worldness of it, and I'm very excited for the DLC. Fuck. What were you hitting? Camera. Fuck. Fucking. I'm gonna die. Never played it, but it sounds fun. It's you mean Bloodborne or Elden Ring? Because Bloodborne is pretty much like an HP Lovecraft, Eldritch Gothic horror wet dream. Fuck it. Oh, I'm looking at chat. What? Oh, get you. Warren? Please. Okay. Oh, so that looked... Elden Ring is probably the
Where's Cobblepot?
I would say it's probably the best one to get into first because it's very beginner friendly, to say the least. Like, it's still hard, but it still tells you how to what's the word? It still tells you how to do things.
On the other side of the casino.
I played some.
But you'll never get past Tracy.
Did I?
Tracy.
Oh, I played the shit out of what was the first one? Not
the last interrogation.
Fallen Order, wasn't it? Fallen Order was the first one, then Jedi Survivor was the second one, wasn't it? I can't remember. That's gonna annoy me now. Yeah, I haven't played the second one. And with Calcast, I played the first game. Absolutely love that. I didn't even realize it was like a Soulsborne-esque type game until Artred played it and beaten it. I was like, this combat feels very... Fallen Order was fast. Yeah, that was it. Yeah, I played Fallen Order. I haven't played Survivor because there's like 3 PS5s in the world. Hello there, Babby. You come in and out to say hi. Go on. Yeah, Babby. It. There we go. Oh fuck! I wasn't even remotely paying attention. I was reading your messages. where am I going now? It wasn't even remotely fitting. First game was my favorite. I can see why it would be a comfort game for you. Like it's a very like it's not easy, it's just a very like well-rounded good game. And I'd love to see what they do next with it. Fuck. That man can't swim. Apparently not. That needs to be that doesn't need to be blown up. That one. All that body armor. So it's these thighs, man. And the thighs on this? That's not what I wanted to do. Thighs weighing down. But he got all slim in the other games. Assuming he's going there, but I remember I need to go up. I don't want to jump to that. I want to. Yeah. Can get in there, that is. No, I can't get in. Okay, never mind. I will go over there then. Fine, I'll listen to the directions game. Oh, up there. What's the story in... Oh, yes. I honestly don't remember the last time I went, like, in a Star Wars game you could go to Dathomir, of all places. The combat's great. I love it. It just seems like... It feels so familiar in the sense of, like, when you're a child waving around the stick, pretending it's a lightsaber. It feels like that. Obviously, you know, to a much higher degree. Plus, it's just fun. Fun. Oh. Plus, everything about Star Wars is... It's going back and forth. Oh, you fucker. I almost went flawless in that, but it didn't get on the ground. Like, yeah, exactly. You just turn your brain off. You just have fun with it. There we go. Where's the control panel? Above me? No.
Baczynski's come to.
Swipe.
He's on the lam. I should have tied him up and called the cops to
Where's
get
the
him.
control panel?
Alfred, I had a run-in with one of the assassins, Lester Baczynski.
The electrocutioner. Are you all right?
Yes, but he managed to escape.
Slightly grazed.
Put out a strong electromagnetic pulse. If you can isolate the signal, I'll be able to track him down.
I'll get to work on that. Where are you off to now?
I'm on my way to the final offers casino.
Apparently, I'm waiting for you to stop.
Assistant show me to her boss.
Yeah, Disney Star Wars does feel very like, for all intents and purposes, it does feel very like commercial, in a sense, and a little bit of a money grab. However, I will never deny someone's passion in Star Wars. That's the thing. I will never deny, and I will always praise it for the most part. Because, you know, from a writer's perspective of it, I can understand why people, why they were going in such a different direction and trying, especially in this day and age, go with like a strong female protagonist such as Rey. So I understand why they would do that. And the thing is as well, I love The Force Awakens, right? I love that, and it had such great potential. It had such great potential with it, and then they just they switched the brains off like midway through it. But I won't deny, I love the memes. Memes. The memes for the Rise of Skywalker are just fucking hilarious. My two personal favorite ones are This Blade Has Done Terrible Things and They Fly Now. Those are my two favorite memes from the sequel trilogy, and no one will ever, it will never top them. They just kept changing everything. Yeah, that was one thing as well. I always the one thing that I don't personally like that they changed was how Force Ghosts work. Like how they have like how they can interact with people rather than just being like ghosts.
Right, right.
Sure. Ground pound him. Um,
I'm gonna have fun with you. I don't wanna fight him.
yeah, that is a point as well. Ray getting everything handed to her. The one thing that I personally would changed as well, and I know people have um like I know many of people said this, but the only thing that I wish they would have done differently in especially in The Force Awakens was that instead of so you know the scene when Han goes to confront Kylo on the bridge. What I wish they had done is instead of Ben, sorry, killing Han. I'm trying to call. I'm trying. No. I'm gonna do two things at once here. Yeah. So the scene where Kylo kills Han, and what I wish they would have done is instead of Kylo killing him, it's Han takes Kylo's blade and then like stabs himself with it because he knows like based on his adventures and what Lucas told him about conflict and whatnot within oneself, it's like a two-way street. So there is good in Ben, and to prevent him from fully going over to the dark side, he, you know, stabs himself to prevent that from happening. But obviously, it's shown it. So unless you're like really paying attention, it looks like Kylo stabs him. That's what I would have done differently personally. That and not making Rey a Palpatine. That's also one thing I would have changed as well. Fuck her. Because Palpatine does like I'm gonna be straight up honest with you. I don't believe for a second that Palpatine would have had the time during and like just before the Clone Wars to have kids. I'm gonna be straight up honest with you. He was way too busy, not only being Plagueis' apprentice, but teaching Maul, like being his master, becoming a politician, and then orchestrating the Clone Wars from both sides and playing both sides. He was way too busy to be having kids.
Sounds like Cobblepot's office is connected to the theater.
Yeah, they really did build up Poe and then just forgot about him. Where do we go now? Where do we go now? Great or something? Ah, there is a great. But I will say, the more I look at Kylo's lightsaber, like the crossguard, the more I like it. And I never used to be like the biggest fan of it, but the more I look at it, the more I like it. I don't like Ben's Ben's lightsaber, like before he got the crossguards. I know it's technically the same lightsaber, but before he put the crossguards in it, I don't like that lightsaber. That's one of the only lightsabers I don't like. Yeah, Rey stealing the Skywalker name. That's very cringy in my opinion as well. Oh, they've got guns. I didn't really see guys have guns. Go. Go. Ah, there's a button there. Before I go into this, if there's one also thing that I would, there's one thing that I personally would have kept throughout all of the sequel trilogy, have that as a big focal point. So in Force Awakens, what they would have done, what I would have done personally, is when Rey is introducing herself to people, like when she meets Finn for the first time, what I personally would have done is whenever like Finn says like, oh, like when someone asks for a name, she says just Rey, just Rey. There's no second name. Like she says it in a way where she's sick to death of people asking for her second name because she doesn't have one. As far as she's concerned, she's just Rey. She's sick of it. And then in The Last Jedi, when people are asking for her second name, she's a bit more it hits a bit more close to home. So she's a bit more, the word for it. You can see she's getting a bit more emotional about it. Because she doesn't know who she is. She doesn't know where she comes from. She doesn't know anything about her parents or anything like that. So it hits a bit more close to home for her. And then it isn't until the end of Rise of Skywalker when Rey buries the two lightsabers in the desert, and that old woman asks who she is, and she says just Rey. Like she's proud who she is now. She's found herself, and it shows that just because you don't know who you are or you don't know where you come from, or it doesn't matter what the circumstances are. You could be anyone and anything, and you could still become. You still are someone. You're still someone at the end of the day. It doesn't matter if you're someone from a desert planet. It doesn't matter if you're a politician from the capital. It doesn't matter if you're a Jedi or a Sith or clone trooper. You're still someone. And I feel like that would have been especially in the modern day, that would have been a very, very good thing to do. Especially if Star Wars is, as much as I don't like to say it, Star Wars is meant for kids at the same time. I know it's a very adult show that deals with very adult issues, but if you're saying to kids or promoting that fact to kids, at the fact that doesn't matter who they are or where they come from, they are still someone and they can still be someone regardless of anything and everything, that would be a very good thing to do in my opinion. Or would have been a very good thing to do in my opinion. But again, that's my dumbass opinion.
That better be lip gloss you're reaching for.
Anyway, sorry for that tangent.
Cobblepot ain't gonna be happy when he hears about this.
I don't like the crossguard. I wish they would have put. I see the point. I can see the point you would have tried to make, but the only way they could have really done that is if they put Beskar. If they made the whole emitter and the crossguard bits out of Beskar, so that way lightsabers can't cut through it.
Come on! Enough's enough! Open her up and let me out!
Not a chance, Candy. Yeah, that quickly drifted into a Star Wars bit. Yeah, see, I think that would have been a fantastic thing to do, in my opinion. And as well, I fully understand why Ben turned to the dark side. I'm gonna say that straight up, because what you've got to remember is the lineage that Ben comes from. He's Anakin Skywalker's grandson, and then Luke Skywalker's nephew, or cousin, or whatever the relations. Can't remember. And obviously, he would have been held up to such expectations, being the nephew, cousin of one of the most powerful Jedi ever, and grandson to arguably the greatest Sith Lord, most powerful Sith Lord, sorry. And yeah, he would have been held up to such high expectations that I don't even think he would believe he was that powerful, or could be that powerful, sorry, considering the fact that Anakin was trained from how old was he? 8 years old, 9 years old, joined the Order, something like that. And then obviously Luke being Luke, essentially. Yeah, and Luke did try to kill him. Yeah, that is a big focal point, as to your uncle betraying you. Yeah, so I completely understand Kylo's motives for joining the dark side and joining Snoke. If that came across though a bit more if they were a bit more upfront with that factor, I think Anakin was 8 and Padme was 12. I thought Padme was old. I thought Padme was in her teens when they first met. I thought they said she was like 14 or something like that, but I honestly can't remember. It's been a while since I've looked into the deep lore of how old people were at certain points in time.
What the? I ain't got time for this.
Crouch again.
You think you're so freaking smart, don't you?
I am pretty smart. I got a B in English. Fuck.
Get off me! I think someone's hurt.
I think someone's more than hurt, mate. They're upside down. That's the wrong button. I meant to go into detective mode.
Give away your position. I got you now.
No, you don't. How did they just take out 3 of them just like that?
Come on, where are you? This guy's in bad shape. Idiot fell.
Idiot. Yeah, he fell from
He's
up
alive,
here.
but he ain't getting up. So that's how it's gonna be, huh? Come on.
It is how it's going to be.
If I go, I'm taking a hostage with me.
Fuck, no, you're not. Oh, there we go. Yeah, the expectation would have just been unreal for him. And a way to, like, find or gain power like that, especially at such a young age as well, would I feel like Ben thought that would have been the only way he could grow or be as strong and be as good as Luke, Anakin, and Vader. That all of them? That was how the fuck did they just do that flawlessly? Where do I go now? I don't remember where to go. Yeah, people were expecting him to be a big hero. And considering the fact there was no, as far as I remember, there was no like the fuck you. Oh, you're a Falcon. And considering the fact that at those times, there was no Clone Wars, there was no Empire, there was no Rebellion, there was no
Hey,
war
babe.
for him to like
Tried to convince
prove
his
himself
father to take
and
early
quickly gain
retirement.
power
He
through that.
disagreed and called you a, let's see, psychotic little bastard.
There wouldn't have been much of a there wouldn't have been as much of an opportunity for Ben to be a quote unquote hero. Obviously, he would have had plenty of there would have been plenty of people seeking aid from the Jedi, but not as much if like a galactic war or galactic conflict was
Now
happening.
you best listen, Falcone. Because this is the last time I'll ask.
Exactly, he would have had nothing to grab onto with that.
What are you gonna tell your father?
So it's not hard to see why he would have turned to the dark side.
Business. I promise. I'll make him do it.
Still can't skip the cutscenes.
I see your lips flapping, Bernie. But they ain't making the sound I want to hear. Uh-oh.
The thing I wish as well is that they made everything that we've been talking about more like easy to read for the average, easy to read into for the average watcher of the films. Because obviously the only people who are going to delve as deep into Star Wars as me and you are, the active nerds.
You better kill him. Because if not, you better hope he kills you. Please, don't hurt me.
What the fuck was my camera doing?
I pay you ponces. What are you waiting for?
Ah.
Kill him!
That was a horrible idea.
Bloody wankers!
That was a horrible idea. I knew what was going to happen.
Kick his arse, you numpty brats! This gives me an ill. Punch him in the face! Are you waiting for a mercenary victory?
That was the wrong button. Oh, he's got his umbrellas in there. Never realized that. The case in front of us.
Now hold on. Hold on a
I
minute.
can see. Oh, it would have absolutely been overwhelming for Ben as well. And I don't doubt for a second that Luke would have tried to hide some things from him as well, especially
Put a
Vader.
bounty on my head. Where is he? I don't keep tabs on every geezer with a grudge. You're not a popular bloke in this town.
At this point, yeah. We read into absolutely everything. Like we know what each crystal color means.
Wait,
Like
Lacey Towers. There was a murder. It was supposed to
we
be
are the
his same house.
the astrologists of Star
He's
Wars.
got problems of his own, I'd say.
We
Someone
believe
broke
colored
in there.
crystals like are living. They bond with any and all creatures of the galaxy and resonate with them. Yellow is for the Guardians. Green is for the Consorts. Or the Counselors, sorry. The blue one is for the Guardian. Red is for the Sith as they bleed the crystal. Purple is for
It appears
people who use the light for the sake of the dark. No, the dark for the sake of the light.
games.
I don't remember what orange means, but I know it's like you lean towards the dark side a little bit more. Black is obviously the Mandalorian, first Mandalorian, to become a Jedi. White is what's the word? Not curing the crystal. It's taking is it purging the crystal? Purging a red crystal? I can't remember what the right term is, but essentially taking all the hatred out of the healing the red crystal.
Or this is going to be over quick.
Well, I don't remember how to fight this stroke. I'm gonna be completely honest with you.
You saw an opening, yet you didn't take it.
Remember how to fight him.
Ready for more?
I can't remember the it's not healing the crystal. I can't remember the right term for it. Hate the amount of rolling in it. Fuck off.
Try something else.
This fight is
Yet
tough to be honest with
another
you.
opportunity you failed to exploit.
Oh, there we go. That's how you do it. At the last second. There we go. That's the wrong button.
I am stronger, faster, better.
There we go.
A few tricks left, I see.
Oh, how do I do this? Oh, it's the ratio goal bit. Click the mouse. How the fuck did I pass that? Get him, get him. Bitch. There you go. This is that angry growl. Ooh. Come on, discount Remy LeBeau.
What is the source of this self-restraint?
The fact that it's on hard and I don't want to die. Ooh. Oh yeah, second best fight is easily Mr. Freeze. Absolutely. That oh there. Come on. Go. What the hell are you doing? Oh, I need to catch the thing, don't I? It's... Yep. I'm gonna die here. Know that for a fact. Ooh. There we go. Oh yeah, the Mr. Freeze fight is just, it's like a realistic version of Mr. Freeze, at the fact that he would adapt to whatever Batman is throwing at him. He would change up his tactic, much how, you know, if the thing was reversed. Like if Mr. Freeze was going at Batman instead of the reverse of it, then Batman would change up his strategy based on how Mr. Freeze is beating him. Oh, I snapped the thing, don't I? The bow staff. Yep. And then he gets his sword out. Yeah, I remember things. Special combo. Ah. Ooh. Oh, I'm gonna die. Come on. Thing. Attention, Liam. Ah. Didn't know where to combo that or to counter that. I got close though. I got close.
Know that you die with honor, which is more than can be said for most.
Reload the checkpoint. Come on. You play I Am the Knight. I am not skilled enough for that. This is on hard already. If I can't beat Deathstroke here, I ain't beating that then. I just love how big as we are. I love that as well. I never used to be comfortable like telling people how much I was a nerd, or I am a nerd, sorry, because believe it or not, I was relentlessly bullied for that. So it isn't until very, very recently where I've kind of like not stopped caring, but cut loose, essentially. Fuck.
Try something else.
Back into the thing. The counting actually help at all? That or not help at all? Was that actually like? Oh fuck! Doing? Oh, counter. A little more comfortable. Yeah, so it's only very recently, like past year or two, that I've actually been getting into like actually reading them and collecting them really. So although I know a lot about certain characters, this past year or two is where I've actually been reading into them a lot more, taking an active role. But it's nice to talk to you too, and like someone who actually knows these characters as well and is as passionate about them as I am. Oh, countering does do a little bit of damage. I have downloaded your moveset, Deathstroke. There. Bitch. Get him. Yeah, I've got a load. I only recently bought Wolverine Snicked, which is like a Wolverine manga essentially. Well, it's a graphic novel in the style of a manga. And I remember I bought that before like a dentist appointment, and I read it within the space of like an hour. It's a good book, but it's a very short read. Fuck, did I just do that? I grew up with that as well. I also grew up with Batman Brave and the Bold. But I used to watch a lot of like people playing through Arkham City. I can't remember who specifically it was, like what YouTuber, but I know that's like the two Batman I grew up with. That and I've spoken a lot about how I grew up with George Clooney's Batman. Like that was the first live action Batman I ever watched, and I still love it to this day. I love, but yeah, exactly. Yeah, Batman Brave the Bold was it was just so good, and considering it was based off of like the Silver Age of comics, where everyone was just a goofball, and like more so like a nuisance to Batman rather than actual threats. Yeah, that's what a lot of people remember about it as well. And to think that originated with Val Kilmer, and it's the same suit as Val Kilmer as well, because that movie, like Batman and Robin, was horrendously rushed. Fuck. Oh. I need to beat him down because I'm not going to survive this otherwise. Come on. Focus up. Come back in. Three punch combo. Okay. Okay, there we go. Counter. Batman. Hell. You've got a sliv. What am I doing here? Ooh. Is that it? I was got a sliv. Yes! Oh, thank fuck for that. I did not want to be stuck there for hours. I love the stories where Batman shots. Yeah, they are very good. I can see why that would be one of your why you like those ones.
Nice seeing you, Batman.
I know. I'm very glad that I did it as well. Thank fuck for that. Ugh. I did not think I was going to beat him. To be honest with you, I did not think I was going to beat him. Thank fuck I did.
I can't let Penguin get away. There's more I need to ask him.
There's plenty we need to ask everyone. Yes, new toy. Let's go. Batman's like endlessly deep pockets. Oh, it's 8 for the... There we go. Beautiful. Oh, crouch. There we go. That's not remotely what it wanted to do. I wanted to hit space, not F. There we go.
You'll have more luck getting into a nun's skivvies than getting into this room. Go on then, beat it a bit harder. Really make me
I
feel
will.
it. Well, as you can see, I got me hands full. Have a Merry
Lucky this door's holding me back, Penguin.
and piss off.
I'm not my favorite as much people hate it.
Alfred, see if you can find any information on a murder at Lacey Towers.
Yeah, Arkham Knight is arguably my favorite one as well, as like purely based on the combat. That feels a lot like it feels a lot nicer. And I love
I'm on my way there now.
Jason's storyline in it. It's a good twist on instead of Jason dying, he's just perceived to be dead by everyone else. So that's a good twist in my opinion. And I remember I have such vivid memories of when Arkham Knight was coming out and people like me. I remember being in one of my friends' back gardens. I think we were playing football or something, and we were arguing on who the Arkham Knight was going to be, and I remember seeing a YouTube video thinking it was going to be Jason, and I remember my friend was saying that he thought it was going to be Joker, and I was just there like, no, he's dead. He didn't believe that Joker could come back
Use the device I took
after
from Deathstroke.
the Titan formula killed him. But I just have such vivid memories of that. I'm no longer friends with that person due to reasons. But yeah.
The remote Clyde. Alfred, get
Yeah, so I haven't
GCPD to
heard
take a look
anyone
at the
really
final
like
officers
hate
aboard the
upon
Nixon docks. They'll
the
find
Red Hood
slave
sort
Wilson
of
tied up in one of
storyline
the,
essentially, but
along with
Jason's whole
suspect
storyline
with
from
illegally obtained weapons.
him to Robin and Arkham Knight. Oh yeah, he could not. He could. The only way Joker could be as personal as Jason was as Arkham Knight, there's the only way Joker could like match what he did as much. The only way Joker could match what Jason did, sorry, in Arkham Knight, is if he knew Batman personally. Like that's the only way. Or if the Joker inside Batman's head, like, allowed Bruce to almost be like a backseat driver. Like he'd be able to see, remember everything that Joker was doing. That's the only way he could like be as personal with it and make sure he would like take his time hurting all the people that Bruce loves the most. So, Alfred, Lucius, Barbara, Gordon, Jason, Dick, Tim, all of that stuff.
I should hurry to Lacey Towers before the cops destroy all the evidence from the crime scene Penguin mentioned.
I was hoping to get a minute.
I don't want it. Oh, okay, fine. We'll deal with Anarchy.
I've got a story to tell you about crime and violence.
Whoa, easy now. I ain't looking for a fight. Got a message, that's all. Anarchy says if you're gonna make a withdrawal, you better do it soon.
Of change.
Fuck, I forgot about this.
Three bombs where Gotham's corruption is at its strongest. But unlike those I fight to overthrow,
Yeah, I can see why they just kind of don't like it. No matter what it would be, people will hate change. Period. But it could be about anything and anything. It could be updating Iron Man's origin story for the 18th time about what like conflict the US was in at that point in time, and people would still like throw a hissy fit over it.
Won't matter. What do you mean? Some nut job's been putting towers up all the time.
Fuck, do I go again? We should look at the map. Oh, I do need to go through here. Yeah, people will find a way to hate about something, even if it's something like completely unjustified as well. Oh, I don't need. Where the fuck do I go? I'm gonna fail this, aren't I? Wait, I just realized. Can I fast travel? I can fast. And you fucking. No, I can't fast travel. No, I can't fast. Fuck's sake. I'm not gonna pass this mission. I'll go back to Anarchy if I fail this. Come on, Bruce. Move it. Move those thick thighs of yours. I think the Batwing would take too long. Let's say it could do. So I've got a minute and a half to get there and beat up the bad guys at the same time. This area seems familiar. I wonder why this area seems familiar. Fucking. Where are you going? Where is it? Fucking hell. Thunder Thighs. Thunder Thigh Batman. It's scary. Yeah. That's on point right there.
That's the guy!
Out of my way, bitch.
Kick his teeth in!
I made. Oh,
Holy crap!
fuck. Lose it. I don't even know where the bomb is, so I'm not going to get to it in time. I secretly be a... With how he dresses up as a bat and more or less believes himself to be Batman, it would not surprise me if Bruce was like a closet goth. Where's the bomb? Where's the bomb? Oh, it's up here. Oh fuck.
You don't look friendly.
Ah fuck. I thought it was down. Okay, well,
We are the
They say money makes
I was
the
beating
world
up the
go
wrong
round,
people.
but it
I would have
also
made it if.
affects
Ah,
you.
fuck it. Ah. I was beating up the wrong people.
You think you're a hero, but you're really just a symbol of how low this city's fallen. We're better off without you.
On the lower part of the roof. Bruce is definitely a closet goth. 100%. Right, take two.
Whoa, easy now. I ain't looking.
Hello, Batman.
Okay.
I was hoping to get a minute of your time. See, I've got a story to tell you. About crime.
Right again. Why is that guy just randomly on the iceberg? What the fuck? Batman thinking he's Batman. I'm fully convinced. I'm fully convinced that whenever Bruce puts on the cape and the cowl, he fully believes he is Batman. Which would also explain that he's more Batman. Yeah, exactly. So I remember, like, I love the people that whenever people argue whether who the real identity is, whether like Batman is the mask or whether Bruce Wayne is the mask, I fully believe that when Bruce puts on the mask, he believes he is Batman, and that explains why in that comic panel where Diana, Clark, and Batman are all like holding on to the lasso of truth, and then they're told to speak their real name, why Bruce is the only one who says Batman. Which makes a lot of sense considering the fact that like Batman is essentially like his own comfort character, is his own Batman is Bruce Wayne's way of coping with his unresolved childhood trauma. Here we go. Bop, 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 bop. Oh, where the hell?
Your mortgage, your need to buy the next shiny thing your overpriced television produces.
Fucking.
We could accomplish if only someone would set us free.
Like she's a cosplay or an that's hilariously accurate. But it's so true considering the amount of times where like even I put on a Batman cowl and then if you believe you're Batman for like the 15-20 seconds it's on. So that's hilariously accurate. You have no idea. As someone who's looking to get like a movie accurate Batman cowl, you are on point. You just hit the nail on the head. Bruce Wayne is his own OC cosplayer. That's what he is. Oh my god.
Alfred, we've got a problem.
Like the Jack.
This anarchy fellow mentioned 3 bombs, which means 2.
You are so fucking on point. That's unreal.
You will, sir.
Oh god. Right, where am I going now?
I've planted
I'm
three
not going to
bombs
you,
where
Anarchy.
Gotham's corruption is at its strongest. But unlike those I fight to over...
Off, Anarchy. There's Jezebel Plaza. Where am I heading? Where am I heading? Where am I going? Oh, it is. That is it. I think it is. No, it isn't. That's the wrong button. Or the mask. Or the mask. Oh my fucking god. That's even more accurate in my opinion, considering like the 2 personalities of it. Just imagine like Bruce Wayne putting on the cowl and then doing the same shit that the mask would do. Fucking blacks out. That would be an amazing scapegoat for Bruce if he ever like got caught. He's Two-Face, but I mean, he still has the same like lies and manipulation shit, so it wouldn't surprise me. Fucking funny. Like multiple personality disorder, diagnosed by Alfred and Alfred alone. Might be the most fun I've ever had streaming in a long ass time. Considering it's been a long ass time since I've streamed. Would this jet take any longer? Not ready to put some elevator music. Yeah, for fuck's sake. Well, I'm not. What I'm doing isn't breaking the law because I'm Batman. Oh, that guy. That's not my fault. It's not my fault I'm Batman. It's not my fault I have unresolved childhood trauma. The city's fault. Batman has a good. Batman has a good song, but I know what's the shit. Oh god. Speaking of which, I would love to see like in some form of Batman media, especially in. I feel like it would be best in like an animated TV series or a movie where the Music Meister comes back and makes Bruce Wayne slash Batman like do a full emotional song about his childhood trauma. Like it turns the whole episode or the whole movie into like something out of Has Been Hotel. That would be fucking funny. Takes off mask. What's going on? I've like that. Bruce, you broke all those guys. Oh fucking hell. Yeah, like Batman. Exactly. Exactly like that. That would be, in my opinion, that'd be one of the funniest things they could possibly do. I think the only person who would be able to do that to a T, like to voice Batman, would have been Kevin Conroy, because when I remember when he was in was it a Justice League and a Justice League Unlimited episode where I can't remember what it was. I remember Batman and Diana were. I think what was it? Zatanna asked Batman and Wonder Woman to help them out with something. She was doing like a whole like stage show, essentially. Was one of Wonder Woman's villains, like one of her rogues gallery, like turned her into a pig or something. You know, they had to go find her. And at the end of the episode, Batman like starts singing like the blues at the end of it. I can't remember what it was. It was like a really deep emotional song to this crowd of people. Remember, I can't remember what the context of that was like for the most part, but I remember bits and bobs of the episode here and there. I like to say, but I don't like music because I'm the same way. I don't like music, but I fucking love Has Been Hotel. Right? I know that that show is just a musical period. Um, yeah, I know that show is just a musical period, but I fucking love it, and I love the music in it. Suits Batman. It really does suit Batman. Um, I need to see that episode. Yeah, it's a. I can't remember what the episode is, but go onto YouTube and type in like Justice League Unlimited Batman sings, and it should have Batman on like a stage in front of a crowd of people singing. I can't remember what he's singing. There's like a really emotional song. Yeah, yeah, it does certainly feel that way. Can't close out. Hold on. Let's just give it a minute. It's just if I just hard close it and then we'll figure it out from there. It could be frozen, it could be stuck, could be both. Put a bit of background music on. Hopefully that should play. Yeah, I'm not like watching live streams myself either. But obviously, you know, uh, what was I even gonna say? I like it. I'm not normally one for watching live streams because like your messages just get, unless you're an active member in the chat, or you come up with a really funny comment or joke or whatever that brings it to that streamer's attention, your message just gets lost in it. Plus, at this stage, at this day and age, like everyone needs the fucking dopamine fix. And at this point in our lives, the dopamine receptors are fucking fried. Still showing the game as well. Hold on. Right, hold on. Go to that. Right, I've closed the game and I'm reopening it. Yeah, it's really annoying. You have to just be in the chat doing. Oh, right, so your notification. I couldn't imagine. I couldn't imagine being yourself. I always try to be myself. Like whether it be on stream like this or whether it be on my TikToks, I try to be myself as much as I possibly can. Obviously, knowing this, it's a lot easier to do because you know it's just me and the camera and that. Like there's no editing in this. There's no thinking about what I'm gonna say or needing to think about what I have to say or things like that. Really. Okay. That's exactly my point. It's all raw. There's nothing edited behind it. You just get me. You get me and my dumbass. Fucking ad. Right, hopefully should be back. Hopefully, maybe. Okay, good, we're back. Thank fuck. There we go. Back into it. Right. Note to self: don't take the that wing again. You're a cool person. I like talking to you. Because thank you very much for that. I really appreciate the compliment. Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. We can just be nerds. We can just be ourselves. We can just talk about the shit that we fucking love to talk about, and the characters that we love. Right. Back into this. Where do I go? Do need to go across the bridge. Okay. Right, back into this. What? Much as I would love to turn this, like this and the other stream, into like a fully edited funny moments montage, I don't have the patience for that as well. That's the one thing that will annoy me in the future. Listens and anything. Yeah, exactly. Because we have, you know, like I said, we have very similar interests. We actively take a what's the best way of putting it? We like the same characters. Obviously, we're very passionate about certain characters. We understand their motives and not just the characters, but like the universes as a whole. I have started a YouTube channel. I do have a YouTube channel. It's under the same name, Liam from Work. Um, I did not want to make that public until like there was a handful of videos up there to watch. But you know, there's including this one. I think this will be number 4. I'll upload this later today. And I plan. Don't quote me on this. I plan to stream tomorrow as well, roughly the same time, like 11 o'clock, roughly. Give or take. I can't promise that, but I will try. And yeah, I'll post it on my Twitter as well once I've like roughly when I'm about to start. I couldn't think of the words then. And we can sympathize. Yeah, that's another bit for it. We can sympathize with these characters.
Station set up. It'll look like a mobile satellite dish, probably on a rooftop.
Go guns, they go guns, they go guns. Fucking hell. Oh no, the guy's only got one. Okay. Yeah, I don't expect everyone to make it to like every single stream I do. And either way, it will be up on YouTube when I or at some point after I stream. Shouldn't be too long. There we go.
Disadvantage if I can't tap into the cops' communications. I should hack their mobile relay station.
Is that the first time I've gone flawless in this game?
Rubio, what's your 20?
Like it's 11:28.
On the balcony for a smoke with a menace.
Jesus.
Those men on the balcony. That could be
Freddy's
my
in
way
here. Oh, Bappy. It's 11:28 p.m. Jesus. Go to bed. Yes, if it's especially if it's that late, go to bed. I'm glad you're having such a fun time with it. I'm really enjoying myself as well.
But none of the glory. Me, I take the loot over the glory any day.
Yeah, I probably should have guessed as much considering you are in Australia. Oop. There we go. Yeah, I probably should have guessed as much, but considering the amount of people I talk to where they have different time zones and such, or I have talked to. my week. I probably should stream on weekends. That would be like the most ideal thing to do. But no, I decided to stream on the random ass Thursday. This Thursday, yeah, this Thursday today. For the context, I'm on holiday from work, so I barely know what day it is myself.
Police believe Penguin murdered Black Mask, but why would he send me here if he was the killer? It doesn't add up.
Active mode time. Go first. There we go.
This crime took place days ago. The fire and the exposure to the elements make identifying the victims difficult. The male victim is wearing a black mask, but I can't positively identify him as Roman Sionis without a DNA analysis. Something I can't do in the field.
That would be a better idea if I like streamed on a particular day, or recorded or anything on a particular day. So typically, for insight on what like I do on my days off and whenever I record or stream, so typically Tuesdays is when I record TikToks, whether that be ones with sounds, skits. Sometimes I do it on Wednesdays if like I've taken up most of the day being a lazy fucker. And then streaming just kind of like it's put on the back burner a little bit because my main focus is recording and editing TikToks. And I'm, as much as I like to pride myself on a creative person, I'm not that creative in terms of TikToks and stuff like that. Because obviously, with the amount of like videos I've openly said where I'm like, day 3 of me stealing Panda Red's idea until he acknowledges my existence. Like, you know.
But the grooves on the floor,
you know, I'm not
that the victim was killed by
due to that idea of openly stealing people's ideas, which I shouldn't do. I know for a fact I shouldn't do it. I know I should like sit down and come up with my own ideas, or at least try to put a twist on someone else's idea and then acknowledge it in one video and move on from there, rather than on marketing for that one thing becoming. I thought you and Panda were friends. I wish I was friends with him, to be honest with you. I fucking wish. He is a very big role model in terms of like why I started doing this, because watching his content for a long time as like best way to put it, he's one of the reasons why I allowed myself to open up a lot.
Who did? The only thing I know for certain is that Tiffany's shooter was lying on the floor. But why?
Oh, man.
These white streaks
also, I love this.
Polish.
I do want to get back into that. That is one thing I do want to do, is get back into skits. So, I was going to make a video a few days ago about one of two things I wanted to get back into, because I honestly juggling this, work, TikTok, and other things outside of that, I do not have the time to do both at the same time. So the first thing I wanted to get back into was skits. So they would differ slightly. The ones I'm thinking of would differ slightly from the other ones I've done, where it's like one character talking to another character. So the way I would do these new skits, if you want to put it that way, is me talking to these other characters and like interacting with them and whatnot, like how I would personally try to interact with them if I was in their world and close to them and whatnot. That's not to say I would completely stop doing like one character like Dick talking to Jason, or Thor talking to Loki, or fucking like, you know what I mean. I wouldn't stop doing that. And then the second thing would be cosplay stuff, where I would get dressed up into full cosplay as Red Hood, Loki, Spider-Man, and then like use TikTok sounds to make content out of that. So I was really torn, or I've been really torn on which one to do. I'm thinking I'm going to more so go towards skits, and then if I ever make a new cosplay, then I would, that would be my main focus would be doing skits and me talking about comic books and things like that, and then TikTok sounds and cosplay and things like that would be pushed back a lot more. So you would see a lot more videos of me just talking, like how I've done recently with replying to comments.
The DNA here doesn't belong to either of the victims. Whose is it?
You're like the closest person to. You're like the closest person to Spider-Man.
The fight broke out when someone startled the shooter.
Big old nerd.
It's not clear who won the
with
fight.
a Spider-Man mask, yeah.
Either one of them.
Big old nerd with a big old heart. That's the best way of putting it. Peter Parker in a nutshell.
About either the intruder or the shooter.
Remember what I'm supposed to do here. We need to wait for him to like graze himself on the thing. No Spider-Man mask. No Spider-Man mask and juggling so much, right? Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much, yeah. I've been working on one other thing as well, which I can't talk about just yet because it's not finished.
This fabric swatch could help identify the intruder,
But I've got...
but I still can't identify the male victim's shooter. There's one impact area I haven't checked for clues.
Yeah, I can't remember how I was going to put it, but so there is one thing that there's a big thing that I'm working on at the minute, but it's not quite ready yet for me to talk about. It's almost done. I just need to like fix a few bits here and there, make sure everything from intents and purposes is aligned and looks right, looks presentable and things like that, and comes out right, more specific and more importantly as well, comes out right before I make it public. Oh, she was such enough fun, wasn't she? However, once everything is finished, I will be making a video about it and promoting it essentially.
Someone named the Joker.
Ah, there he is, the Joker.
Someone killed Black Mask, but this crime took place several days ago, and I saw Black Mask.
One thing I will say about what I am doing, that thing I'm working on, is that it does revolve around nerds, and not just like me as a nerd, as everyone as a whole as a nerd. That's really the only thing I can talk about. Pussy was the person who helped. Oh, that was going up a lot faster than I thought it was. Pussy was the person who helped me become more of a nerd. I never openly nerd, but now I...
Alfred, I need access to the National Criminal Database.
Honestly, I can see why you say that. I can see why you say that, and I'm very, very pleased that you have opened yourself up to become, well, not become a nerd, but open yourself out to being a nerd and actually saying with pride, I am a nerd and I am proud.
Not a bad idea.
Because that is a very good thing. And I went through the exact same thing as you did. Obviously, I didn't have as much connection to other people, like me talking to a streamer or a TikToker or a YouTuber or whatever. Mine was more so like watching other people. And one good friend of mine who has always been a nerd and is very proud to be a nerd. Exactly, you should be proud to be a nerd. You should be very proud to be a nerd. I will not accept otherwise, because I know what it's like to hide that essentially. Eat the shield, guys. There we go. Just be yourself. Always go one yourself. Go full you, my friend. Never let anyone tell you otherwise. If it's a new person you meet, slowly reveal yourself here and there, but then once they get to know you, just go full you. Go full you. Yeah, because I actually have someone's. Yep, same here. Same here, and it's so much. It's like a weight off your chest to be able to talk to someone about all this like nerdy stuff, you know, about whether it be, you know, whoever it might, whatever character it might be. It's such a relief to be able to talk. Where the fuck? Oh, and he's got. Okay. I always go for me. Exactly, and that's an unbelievably good thing to be full you 100% all the time. If this freezes, I'm gonna be pissed. If this freezes again, I'm gonna be annoyed. Going full you is the healthiest thing you can do. And you know, it's not worth it to hide it over something as what people would call childish, comic books and superheroes, things like that. he wanted to sit in the jet while the song ended. I've done that so many times, like sitting in the car waiting for a song to finish. That or waiting for a song to finish before I go do something. Listening to like the Lego Batman rap. The thing is, I've never watched that film, but I love some of the music that's in it. My friend, and good on you, good on you, mate. Go for it, go for it. Best thing you can do, and you should be very proud of that. And I'm very proud of you for opening yourself up to people. Good movie. From what I've seen of it, it's a good movie, and it looks very fun. Looks very fun. As much as it's like promoted to children, but I'd say that's one thing I want to like talk about as well, is that I can fully understand why people say that on like the surface level of it, things like superheroes and comic books and men and women in brightly colored spandex is childish. I can understand why they say that, because obviously comics were first promoted to children. But what they don't understand is like how many adult topics these comics talk about. Unless you're always me and you don't, that's perfectly fine. Yeah, I understand the same. I have the same word viewpoint of it. I have the same viewpoint as you. If you don't like me, I can't. I'm not going to force you to like me. Yeah. What was the same? Yeah, but comic books. Yeah, they don't realize that how many adult topics they talk about. How many adult topics that comic books and other media like that delve into. Understand like something like George Clooney's Batman, even though that's a very campy, that's a very like child friendly Batman film, it still deals with the adult topic of Victor between the relationship between Victor and his wife. Obviously, she's dying, and he can't help her. And the only way he knows how to help her is through science, and that's obviously caused his affliction. So he's trying to cure himself and his wife. Obviously, he can't do both at the same time, and the only way to complete his research is to become the bad guy. And I'm very glad that Mr. Freeze is a very, very like fan favorite villain. And I've always used the term villain with Mr. Freeze very, very loosely, because it depends on what type of media you watch about Mr. Freeze, whether he's strictly bad guy for the sake of being a bad guy like other people, or whether he's actually um a good guy trying no, a good guy who has to be the bad guy to save his wife. Thing. Yeah, so I've always used that term very loosely with him. And him alone, to be honest with you. I think it's frozen again. For sake. I think that's frozen again. Let's close the game. Game back up. Like Spider-Man, yeah. Kids and adults and teens who struggle with abilities. Yeah, it's very easy to see why Spider-Man would be a role model for a lot of people, whether you be adult, child, teenager, anything, everything in between. There we go. Like I will die on this hill to the day I die. It's that fiction is meant for everyone. Doesn't matter what type of fiction that is, whether it's superheroes, whether it's sci-fi, whether it's medieval fantasy, whether it's modern day, near future sci-fi type of thing, modern day fantasy, anything like that. Fiction is meant for everyone, because every bit of fiction deals with its own adult topics, and adult demons and whatnot. And everyone can relate in some way to a certain character. Like, I can't relate to, say, Wolverine, for example. I can't relate to him in more or less any way, shape, or form. But I could relate to other characters. You know, I could relate to, like, I could relate to mutants as a whole, like especially in school for hiding who I was, hiding the fact that I am a nerd. Obviously, that's downplayed a lot in terms of, well, not really a good comparison in terms of hiding yourself because your species is shunned and vilified to an extreme, you know, to the extreme degree. And me liking fucking Vegeta from Dragon Ball. You know what I mean? It's not really a good comparison, but you get what I mean. Oh yeah, I can see why you'd say that for Batman being good for families. Because every character in the Batman family has their own issues. Bruce more than most. I love all superheroes as a whole, though. They just provide a fantastic escape from your reality, whatever that might be, or um, allow you to resonate with those characters from whatever they might be. It could be someone from the boys. It could be an X-Man. Could be an Avenger. Could be a member of the Justice League. Could be trying to think of other superhero groups. It could be fucking Spawn from, like, I know he's not part of a team, but you know, it could be Spawn from fucking Image Comics. Be whatever. Can't relate Superman because I'm not an alien from a world. I can be supposed, but I can fix and the Bat family. Yeah, like I said, you can relate to every hero in every hero in every single way. Um, but obviously you can relate to them in other heroes or other teams in other ways, resonate with them and find comfort in them, which I feel like is the most important thing whenever you're dealing with very, very adult topics at the end of the day. Back. There we go. Right. I'm not going to go to the Batcave because my game will freeze again. So, oh, we'll do some side missions.
I've planted 3 bombs where Gotham's corruption is at its strong.
There we go. I feel like Batman isn't good orphans because he aren't rich with a button. People like Jay. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I can see your point on that. Not everyone is like a rich boy who can fly around the world for 12 years and train with the world's greatest martial artists and detectives and crime fighters and whatnot, and then seek vengeance on the same people who took their family away from them. But someone who is, well, in his own words, a street rat, um, and feels like very abandoned. And yeah, they could definitely relate in some way, shape, or form. Above ground, isn't it? Not below. I can't relate to Doom Guy, but he's a character. Yeah, exactly. Like, I can't relate to Doom Guy either. I have a pet, but God forbid if anything happens to him.
Little moths to the light. Get on over. You want to know what I'm selling?
Oh, there he is.
We gotta shut him down to shut him up. Otherwise, we'll never be free.
Billboards or the branding.
Right, where is the bomb? God forbid anything happens to my pet, and or God forbid anything happens to Freddy, and I will go full Doom guy, if not full John Wick, or both. They probably deserve it. I'll go both. Let's not fuck up this bomb this time. What? Yeah, fuck. That was the words. Come on, pick it up. What? Thank you. No, I'm not. I'm going so slowly now. If coming back from Arkham Knight to older Arkham games and having that the grapple accelerator, it feels so slow. It feels so slow. Because I'm used to like just straight up just catapulting off of it and like throwing myself across the sky. Way too close to the ground, and I'm not going to make it. And I've got plenty of time. I can make it. What the? Come on. Oh, I'm not paying attention. I'm looking at chat. What was that? Yeah, it is too small. Asylum is too small of a place for that. So I can understand why like a feature like that took so long to make. Because otherwise, it would just straight up would not have made sense for Batman to go the full length of the asylum. And I did see you did put something else in chat as well, but I will look at that in 2 seconds before I die. Too early. Ow. Fuck. That's where they be in their first game. Oh yeah, absolutely. Obviously, I don't expect the people's first games to be flawless. Have every single feature that all the later games do, because that's just simply not possible. Say, I'm not fucking up. I'm making stupid mistakes.
I'm just in it for the money.
I should see. Story I thought. Oh, is that for the other message? Okay, give me 1 second. I can look at that now. I can click off the thing. But I'm still on one screen on my laptop, so I'm scrolling. Fuck it, I'll look it on my phone. Hold on. But a good idea for Batman Origin movie. I'd love for it when Batman's parents die and does all the training. Seeks the person that did it and beats him to pole. That would be a very interesting take on it as well. I agree with that. Like Batman actively, Bruce, sorry, actively going to kill Joe Chill, or for the story, whatever it might be. And then like just before he ends him, he realizes like how wrong it is and how almost disgusted in himself that he feels. That would be a very interesting take. I agree with that 100%. I'm clicking all the wrong buttons. I don't know what I'm doing. What they did to Deathstroke in Arkham Knight. He went over like such a pussy. I'm not gonna lie. He went out like there was so much. Like the fight in this is great because it makes sense for Deathstroke to be like that well trained and that difficult to fight. But in Arkham Knight, he just went down like such a pussy. Like the Electrocutioner was harder than fighting him.
Welcome to the party.
I knew that was going to happen. Fuck. Didn't-
Can I get a last request?
Yeah, that's exactly what I've been saying. Like they learned to make it exactly.
Ready for round 3 then? Giving up?
Fine.
Don't be sad. Your mind's just not built for this sort of thing.
Oh no! What do I go? What do? Big message. I feel like it would be Joker, like a younger Joker who was looking for money and will be. That job kills them, and then after Batman does, that would be very interesting. That would be a very interesting take on it because I remember in was it the first Michael Keaton film where Joker was the one who killed Thomas and Martha Wayne? As far as I remember, it was them. Oh, and he's coming. As far as I remember in that film, it was them. So it definitely does feels like that, but at the same time, it like it does tie their origins, ties their lives together in a very meaningful way. Wrong button. Oh, I see what I do.
I bet steering that thing requires a whole lot of concentration.
You have no idea, Enigma. I always put that thing on slow, otherwise I will fuck it up. That is just a common fact.
Oh, that poor door. You really should apologize.
Sorry, door. I don't think so.
Interesting. Watching you figure that one out was a real treat. I'll make sure the next one is even more provocative.
This isn't a game, Enigma.
Oh, but it is.
Tell me to put something as provocative as a password. That's
Now you need to stop interfering with my work.
okay.
Tackling these towers is one thing, but my handlers, my data, my network relays, those aren't meant
That would be very interesting. I feel like it would be good if I put it. I don't think of the best way to put it. That way I don't fuck up what I'm gonna say. Like they keep Bruce and the Joker, or Jack Napier, whatever his name was in The Killing Joke. I know it was Jack, but I can't remember what his last name was. They keep them like similar ages, and they have their origin story like almost complete opposites in a sense. Like Batman. Oh, sorry. Bruce is from a rich, warm, loving home, and then Joker is from a rough neighborhood. He's from a rough home. I need executioner shit for this. Yeah, he's from like a rough home family that doesn't really love him in a sense, or doesn't show him love and affection. Jack White. I think that might have been it actually. To us, yeah. I know that's an alias of Joker, but it might be Jack White. Yeah, so Joker is from like a very rundown, poor home family that, for all intents and purposes, doesn't really love him. He could have been, but putting it nicely, he could have been an accident or a mistake. You know what I mean? And then to get himself some money, he corners the Waynes and like maybe accidentally does it. Like it to make Joker a little older. That would probably be a better idea rather than just like a kid killing the Waynes. And then they could easily like like transition into the Killing Joke origin story. That would be a perfect transition because it would make sense for Joker's also for Jack's lifestyle as to why he why he's trying as an adult to make it big, why he's trying to be comedian, you know, all things like that. So it would make perfect sense for him to do that, why he puts so much weight on himself to, you know, provide a good home for his wife and child to be, and why he and also why he remembers his own origin story incorrectly, because remembering the three Jokers was real Jack was, I think he was abusive or something, wasn't it? I think that's what it was. Like Joker remembers it incorrectly. Yeah. I feel like I'm the story he would. I feel like I'm the story he wouldn't know. Oh, yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah, I can. There's so many ways it could be done. That's the thing, and I feel like every way, for the most part, is a good way. But it would also explain like where Joker got his, yeah, exactly. Origin story. I'm going to have multiple choices. That's exactly what I think it will be as well. Like it would also explain as to why Joker is such like a master manipulator and a liar and a thief and a whatnot, because he grew up in the heart of Gotham. He grew up in a broken home, whether it be like an alcoholic mother, an abusive father, whatever it might be. Like he grew up like very similar to Jason in a sense or something. But you know and especially in like the peak of it as well. You know, before Commissioner Gordon, before actually no, Commissioner Gordon was around or during that time. He just wasn't the commissioner yet. But yeah, it would make sense for that to be like Joker's origin story in a sense, for him to have grown up at the peak time of Gotham's like can't think of the coherent sentence for the love of fuck. Like Joker growing up at the peak time as to Gotham's fucking I can't think of the words, but you know what I'm trying to say. He grows up in the like peak crime era. What I mean, why could I not like formulate a sentence for the love of God? Exactly. He was trying to help his family. He's trying to do the good thing, but the city just like stomps all the goodness out from him. And it would I'd like it to end as it turns out that wasn't a poor family thing. Ah, see. That's quite interesting to be fair. I probably wouldn't have seen that coming, to be honest with you. But that's a good twist. I like that. The Joker makes up like the whole poor family story trying to help out. That could be a point. And it would set up like his manipulative ways. Manipulative in his lying ways. That would be a very good twist. That's a very good twist in my opinion. Very good twist. I applaud you for that, because I'm not gonna lie, I would not see that coming. I would believe Joker's story in a heartbeat. Clear this area clear this area besides the top one up here, and I might call the stream there, because I'm not, as much as I would love to go to the Batcave and continue the story, I know for a fact my laptop will just stick again, and I don't want to have to close. I don't want to go through the hassle of closing and reopening the game over and over and over again just to see if it's going to work. Because I know like 2 minutes later, I'm going to have to leave the cave. Night night. Like even like the Monarch Theatre here, that's so nostalgic for me because you know all the area of Arkham City. That was the first Arkham game that I played was Arkham City. Then I think it was Origins, then Night, then Asylum, as far as I remember. I definitely remember Arkham City being the first one I played. Is the Dropout line still here? Oh, it is. Person and Bruce has trauma and wouldn't remember him laughing or crying or yeah, nobody actually knows what happened then. Yeah, exactly. No one would have known what would have actually happened here besides well, not actually yeah, the only people who would have known what would have happened would be Thomas and Martha. Obviously they wouldn't have known the full story behind it. Fitting way. Yeah, that would be a very good like unique twist on Joker's origin story. Sorry, on Joker and Bruce's origin story, in my opinion. That sets up absolutely everything that we need to know, and then hits you with the twist. You what? What did I miss? Wish this would. I do too. I do too, because it's a very like. In order to for one to oh, excuse me, sorry, bubble in my throat. But to even like come up with that origin story, you would have to know the characters, and then to like come up with how it would like properly direct it and play it would you need to know the characters. So it's not surprising to me why they haven't like whether it be Warner Brothers or whoever hasn't come up with a story like that yet. I'm dying. It doesn't surprise me why they haven't come up with a story like that yet, because you know directors and whatnot are not as engaged as the characters as we are, for example. Playing like a fucking potato. Oi, oi, oi. Oh. Fucker. I'm starting to get annoyed with myself for the fact that like this is such it's such easy fights, but I'm just constantly paying attention. Yeah, there it is. Again, well, yeah, that would make perfect
You
sense.
think you're a
And
hero,
this,
but you're really
yeah,
just a
exactly. They're
symbol
just
of how low the
studios.
city's
Yeah,
fallen. We're better off without you.
you'd have to get like avid Batman fans and sit down, write a script, or not write a script, but like sit down, come up with ideas, talk about whether it be like an animated film or a live action film. You'd have to sit down, talk about who's who out of like the group have is more fit to who looks like Bruce Wayne, who looks like Thomas and Martha Wayne, and a young Joker, so on and so forth. And obviously, you know, get the funds for a film like that as well. And with it being animated, that's probably going to be way more expensive. Yeah, animated would definitely be better in my opinion. I feel like animated movies as a whole, in my opinion, are better. Reason being is because it takes a lot more skill and a lot more time to make an animated film and for it to come across like somewhat realistic and really good. Like I'll give you an example. Megamind film that came out, sequel to that. Fucking I've not seen that film, but from like the two clips I've seen of it, the animation in that fucking atrocious. Fucking atrocious. I could have made a better film in CapCut. I was there. Yeah, and you can pull off stuff a lot easier as well. And so it's a lot easier for, I'm speaking just like personal opinions about this, but it's probably a lot easier to just voice act rather than like fully acting, in my opinion, because obviously you're doing less. You don't have to, like if you're playing Batman, for example, if you're playing like a Batman Origins type character, you don't have to bulk up like this motherfucker or get a suit that has this amount of muscles and padding and whatnot about it. You don't have to get all the components. You can just draw it. Or if it's a 3D animated film, making it up. You don't have to do all that sort of stuff. You know what I mean? Like you can pull off such poses. Yeah, that as well. And considering the fact that that Batman and that what do we call it? The Batman Beyond movie that got cancelled because they didn't believe it could be done, even though it's by the same fucking creators as the Into the Spider-Verse stuff. Like, get your head screwed on, mate. Jesus Christ. I fucking. That would be a really good idea. Get the same voice actors this game, because voice acting in this game is great. I love, especially Alfred and that like whole speech he does to Bruce, and when he's like, when he's talking about how he's like not a hardened vigilante. That's top 10 speeches in my opinion about towards Batman, especially coming from Alfred as well. Oh, I'm gonna get hit. Yeah. Hate how you can't block whenever you're ground pounding people. There we go. And that's why I would love to go to Sonic. Yeah, those movies are so they just look beautiful. The art style in that and the animation, flawless. And I probably could not even begin to understand how difficult it would be to make a film like that, considering how um like how smooth the movement is and how smooth and swift Spider-Man or any Spider-Person's movement has to be, not just in like or more so particularly in the swinging aspect of it, but also the landings, and his very acrobatic fighting style. That has to be that had to be so painful to animate. When Bruce is about to beat down Joker, Alfred Austin. Yes. Yeah, they have like a very they could do like a very whether it be like the speech in this or a very like Dark Knight Rises type of speech that Alfred gives Bruce. Or like any of the Christopher Nolan Batman trilogy, any of the speeches in that, having that as like the starting point of it, and then Bruce learning from what he's been told by whether it be Alfred or his dad or anything along those lines. That would make a very, very good Batman game. Not game, sorry, movie. In my animated movie, in my opinion, if they kind of stick to that formula. Yeah, I 100% agree with you. Right. That's not what I wanted to click. Do I have any move? Right, we'll tell you what. Finish these guys off, and I can chill for a little bit. Bap. Bap. Oh, fucker. Like Alfred is asking you, sure you go through with killing him and taking his oh, turn that down. That could be very interesting to see if like I'd like to see if they would if after that the movie would just cut. Because that would be a very interesting way to end it, whether you want to leave it open ended as to kind of like the Killing Joke. Kind of leaving it open ended. That way, does Bruce actually kill Joker or does he not? You know, and personally, that's one of the reasons why I love the Killing Joke so much is they purposely leave it open ended. They leave the story ambiguous. They let you come up with your own words are hard. They let you come up with your own endings based on your perspectives of has Joker done enough to break Batman or this and that. So I personally that would be a very good way to end it in my opinion. Yeah, that would be very good. Exactly. Does he do it or not? I feel like that would be a very good way to end the movie as a whole. Whether they come up with a sequel for it is beyond me, but um, like just cutting it there and then whether it be just like whether a hard cut to black or they have like a little flashback scene of all the things that Bruce has gone through in his life and Joker has gone through in life and everything that the two of them lost, also what Bruce lost, um, and then leave it as to whether Bruce kills Joker. Like that would be a very good ending map. Exactly, and just look at promotional pictures for it. That movie was fucking beautiful. Even with having is it Ink is her name? Yeah, Ink is the villain. That would have been a very um I think that would have been a very good villain to add as the first one specifically. That is a very tragic fucking ad. That would have been a very good villain to add for Terry McGinnis's Batman. Um, and just the move as well. I feel like the swiftness of like Terry gliding through the city, um, and Ink using her powers as well, like bouncing off stuff, or ricocheting her powers off of like things. That would have been so good. Would have been so good. And like obviously people have been crying out for more Batman Beyond, especially whether it be in live action or movies for years. For years. The studio just to go, no, we don't think it would work. Like had everything. I'm not saying that I would have preferred to have that than a Spider-Man movie. I would have preferred to have both. Like after they made the Into the Spider-Verse, they go, we're gonna make the Batman Beyond movie first, and then we'll either make a sequel to that or we'll make a third Spider-Man film, depending on um what people want more. Like another do they want the second Batman film or do they want a third Spider-Man film? Right, that's the way they go. Like, yeah, I'm not big into Beyond because I don't know much about him. Yeah, and I feel like a movie best way to introduce people. Well, I personally feel movies are the best way to introduce people into characters they're not so big on because one, comic books take a long ass time to read, especially when there's no set starting point. You can start anywhere when reading comics or graphic novels. Um, TV shows just take ages to watch. As someone who is watching 3 different X-Men series at this point in time, I know how difficult it is to keep your mind focused on that one bit and not get bored of it quickly. Because I think I'm like 3 series. No, I'm halfway through series 3 of the classic 90s X-Men show. I'm on season 2. I think I'm on season 2, episode 2 of X-Men Evolutions, and I'm like 3 or 4, sorry, episodes into Wolverine and the X-Men. So, and I want to get the classic series so I can watch X-Men 97 and be all caught up with it. But I know for a fact I'm going to burn myself out if I just solely watch that for the next like 2 weeks. Sorry, next 2 weeks. But I've got to find something else to occupy my mind for at least a little bit. But yeah. So it would be best for them to make a Batman Beyond movie, whether that be animated or live action, preferably animated. I feel like in nowadays a lot of people have a lot more faith in animated films than live action films, purely based on the reception of like the two Spider-Man movies. I haven't actually made it past season 2, to be honest with you. I haven't made it past season 2 because I'm watching Star. So for context, I'm going through all of Star Wars with a very good friend of mine who has never sat down and watched all of Star Wars, and by that I mean we've watched 3 prequel. Oh no, sorry, the original trilogy. We've watched Phantom Menace and Attack of the Clones, and then we're about to finish series 1 of the Clone Wars. So I'm not watching any Star Wars without her, to be honest with you. Yeah, so that's my thing for it. As much as I would love to sit down and watch it in my own time, I do want to watch like it with her because I will forget where we are otherwise, because my mind is occupied with so much Star Wars shit. Season 3, big fan service. I can see why people like. That's the one thing I hate about like TV shows. Essentially, is the fan, or also like any type of like popular media, is the fan service for it. As much as I understand why they do fan service, it makes perfect sense to do fan service. But there's a point with it that like tips me over the edge a little bit, where I'll either lean. Say for example, right in the middle. That's the peak of fan service. That's the middle part of it. You can either have way too less fan service or way too more fan service. I always like to have it right in the middle, maybe a little bit more towards more fan service. Because if it gets too much, I'm not going to care, to be honest. Like, okay, this character's here, cool. And if it's way too less fan service, or they don't put anything towards the fans, it makes me think they don't care a little bit. There's so much Bo-Katan, I love seeing her, but yeah. And that's the same. That's the same complaints a lot of people had with the Book of Boba Fett, wasn't it? Where it was pretty much the Mandalorian season 2.5. I remember that being the main complaints for the Book of Boba Fett. You know, it's his own TV show, so he should have spotlight. Spotlight should always be on Boba, and then in passing they talk about Mandalorian, or they show little here and there where Mando is at this point in time or another, or why he isn't there with Boba, or the events that are taking place here and there. That's my personal opinions about it anyway. If it's a dedicated show, exactly, he was barely in the show. If it's a dedicated show about a certain character, the focal point should only be on that character. Like, they should be the main character. There shouldn't be any fan service for other characters, such as like Mando, for example. If it's for bits that are in that character's past and are very key to that character's past, like I'll give you an example, the Kenobi series. I would have loved to see more in the Kenobi series, but only in like flashbacks. So they bring back like so giving what they could have done in the Kenobi series is, when he's having a nightmare, for example, they do little like flashbacks here and there to Ewan McGregor in the Clone Wars in his General Kenobi armor, and then bring back Ray Parker's Darth Maul in the full makeup with the robotic legs. and just show like some of the altercations that we saw in the Clone Wars, but turn it into live action. It'd be something like that, where it's not. It's a little bit of fan service here, and it's a little bit of fan service there for the people that love Maul and how closely tied he is with Kenobi. But it's not a lot. The focal point isn't on the Obi-Wan and Maul past. The focal point is on Kenobi and him progressing through the early days of the Empire and getting Leia back to Alderaan. Like he wasn't like he was either in it or he was just goofy. Like the episode of Man. Yeah, I feel like that episode was just like it was just an episode of The Mandalorian with Boba Fett in it, and like I said, it should be little bits of fan service here and there. It shouldn't. The focal point should not be on the focal point should never be on or taken away. Sorry, from anyone but the main character for a large majority of it. That makes sense. Like, obviously, I'm not saying that side characters shouldn't have their time in the spotlight, but they should always kind of come back to whoever the main character is or whoever the story is focusing around. That's my personal opinion about it. How long have I been streaming for? Almost 2.5 hours. It's almost been 2.5. It's been 2 hours and 22 minutes. So I would say, yeah. Well, I can stay a little bit longer, and then I will have to end the stream there. Exactly. Yeah. Story about Boba should not everyone, but yeah, that's exactly my point. If it's a story about Boba Fett, a story about Obi-Wan, a story about fucking Ahsoka, focal point should mainly be about Ahsoka, Obi, Boba, whatever. And then putting the spotlight onto other side characters who are either made for that show or characters that we're seeing in live action for the first time, or characters that are coming back. But it always comes back to whoever that particular show is about. That's the best way to do it, in my. That's the best way and the fairest way to do it. Yeah. Very glad you joined the stream. I'm very glad, because I probably would have stopped a long time ago. I'm very glad that you are here, my number one fan. So we'll give it another 2 minutes, and then I'm going to have to go. Other... Yeah, that's exactly my point. Yeah, I've had fucking loads of fun here. I've had a load of fun doing this. Like I said, I'll try to stream tomorrow. Might be able to do it. I'm not entirely sure, but I'll figure it out and I'll tweet it out at some point tomorrow. But yeah, so I would like to thank you for sticking around for the full 2+ hours of this. Did not expect to stream this much. But I will say as well, when the Elden Ring DLC comes out, I will stream that. Can't promise I'll beat it, but I will stream it. Yes, I look forward to seeing you here. If I don't see you, then please check out the video that will be on YouTube. I will see if I can put that in. Yeah, to be honest with you, see if I can put it in. I look forward to seeing you here as well. Not sure if this. Oh fuck! I'm not sure if this link is going to work, but we shall. That should work. Crossed. I opened it twice. Yes, that does work. Fucking go. I know how to computer. You are not, you are my number, and I will say that to the day I die. You are my first fan, and you are my number one fan, 100%. Hell, I'm make a sticker about it. To my number one fan. Yeah. So what I'll end up doing is later today, I will either later today or tomorrow. Sorry, I will download the video file for this and then load it. I just got to make the thumbnail because in all reality, I did not think I was going to be streaming today. But I said, fuck it, and here I am. I'm glad I have. I'm very glad that I have decided to do this today because I've had buckets of fun. Anyway, I am going to have to go now. I have things to do. I have jobs that need to get done, and that secret project that needs finishing up. Do a few bits for that today and tomorrow. Playing game. I'm very glad that you joined. Very glad that you did. But yeah, I'm gonna have to head off now and sort things out, jobs, and hopefully finish off that secret project some point in the future. Thank you very much, my friends. I hope that you enjoyed the stream here, and I will see you later. Ta-ta.